What's up YouTube, and welcome to the first video on the In My Garage channel. Today we're going to be taking the quintessential YouTube camera, the Canon G7X Mark II. And as you know, it doesn't have any external microphone hookups or a lens cover and stuff, so you know, this camera is 3-4 years old, and they're newer models, but this is the tried and true. This is the one that works. And because it's old, we know some of the faults through others, you know, failures and learnings throughout the years. So what we are going to do today is get this thing ready for vlogging. I just picked this up probably a month ago, and I really haven't used it because I know two things. One, that if you're outside at all, it picks up wind noise very easily and really messes with the audio. So we're going to add a dead cat. Two is the lens cover. This may be a two-part video. We may cover the dead cat in this video, but just know there will be a part two in which we know that this lens has an issue where after a few years the dust gets behind it and causes an issue. So if we can just nip that in the bud before it even takes off, what we're going to do is attach a lensmate to the G7X Mark II as well. So first thing we're going to do in this video right now is place the dead cat on the G7X Mark II. Now you have to remember that this only has 5 little holes up top, and you have to, this is an old dead cat that I actually purchased off of eBay. It's supposed to fit on my Rode mic. I was gonna like the way this, you know, texture was as opposed to the regular Rode dead cat that comes on there. But it didn't fit, so I chopped it up to make this little piece. It's kind of an odd shape. You have to make sure, if you're ever going to use the flash, you want to make sure that you cut it so that, you know, your flash is still usable. And also, when you cut this little dead cat up, you want to get all the fine hairs out of it. You don't want to end up putting one of these down and somehow it works its way into your microphone, and then your audio is really screwed up and you don't know what's going on. Now, how are we going to attach the dead cat to this G7X? We're going to use one of these. They are, let's see, I have the box right here. They are mounting squares from Scotch. They say they hold up to 6 pounds for one of these. So yeah, holding a little dead cat on should be wonderful. So these things, I think I got them for like $4 off Amazon. And what you got to do is use some nice sharp scissors. Take one of these, you're going to cut it up. You're going to create 2 pieces. One very small, very thin piece. The next one will go up front, and it is a little wider. What I found is if you trim this piece off first, make sure you do behind the microphones first. If you do that first, what you have left over, you can just turn sideways, and it is the exact width for the front square on the camera. So we're going to attach those first. Put them on the camera first. Bam. Man, you love it when you do the scissors, you do the cutting. You don't really know how it's going to work out because it's two-sided until you finally set it on there and do that final press, and you're like, yes, I did it. Didn't screw up. Ooh, that back one's close. You gotta be careful. Got to be careful. I watched other YouTube videos when trying to figure out how to do this myself, and 2 people, I believe, ended up covering up certain holes. Those outer 2, they are important. I believe those are the main 2 microphones, the stereo microphones. I'm not sure that the center 3 are really microphones at all. So then, once you've got them in place, you can go ahead and pull the top tape up. Oh man, this stuff is going to hold. This is going to be some strong stuff. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna put it on here. It's gonna fall right off. So that's the way things go. But let's see. Oh, come on, pick at it. Got it. All right. Like I said, be careful when cutting this up. You know, you want to get all the fine hairs out of there, and then I tried to cut it as precisely as possible. Just know, I'll show you once I place this on here, that once you place it on here, do it well enough. Ooh, this might work out wonderfully, actually. All right, I believe this is on here pretty well. There you go. I got a dead cat on my G7X Mark II. The one thing that will change, bam, it will block a little bit of it. It will block it. So, that being said, you know, it will block the wind though. It's going to do the job, and that'll take care of one of the known issues with the G7X Mark II. You're basically, you know, giving it a nice little upgrade. The microphone on this camera isn't bad. That's what I found out. I've walked through stores before, and what's really nice is if you're vlogging, you really don't have to have the camera any farther out than this. So it's really inconspicuous. You can talk just like this. You can just say, hey, you know, blah 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 blah, and bam, it picks it up just fine. The wind, definitely, you know, you're walking through a parking lot, you're saying a few words to the camera as you're going. Yeah, a wind whips around, it picks that up real well. So hopefully this will cut down on that. And anyway, thanks for the first project. Come back for the part 2 of this video, where we're going to put the lensmate on the G7X Mark II, which will allow us to use 52mm adapters on this. So I can just put a polarized lens right on it and use everything from my EOS Mark III or M3 and all the 52mm filters from that will be perfectly good on this as well. So that will be fun. I haven't even taken this thing open to read the instructions at all. I'm saving that all for the video so that we can learn in the moment. And thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want, and hang around, and we'll see you on part 2. Thanks.